So for creative exercise 4, we were required to interview different people or a person on what the term hooking up means to them. And I wanted to create a video because we had to record their reaction to the question. And I did this in a common setting, like it was a discussion with different people, and I got different responses. And at the end of the video, I will analyze their reaction and what they said and what I personally think hooking up is to me. What does hooking up mean to you?
Sex.
What about
Intercourse.
do you think it's changed in today's society?
No, it still means intercourse.
Do you see a pattern with that? Like if someone just says, oh, I hooked up with this person, but they think that they just made out, do you think that it causes misinterpretation?
Yes,
Why?
because everyone has a different meaning for hooking up.
Do you think there's a pattern?
Yes, in college everyone hooks up, so it's a hookup culture.
So what is the hookup culture?
That you just hook up with someone and then just move on with your life.
So hook up as in have sex, or hook up
Yeah.
as in make out?
Hooking up to me is having sex. So if you tell me that you hooked up, I'm going to assume that you had sex with that person.
Boy!
See, we hooked up. Me putting her arm around her neck.
Is that really
That's
what you
hooking
think hooking up is?
Hooking up is basically like, all right, this is what hooking up means. When you go to a party and you find a cute girl and she find you cute, but you're not trying to take it that far. You just only want for the night. So that's hooking up.
What about you, Juju? What do you think?
Still the same thing.
So what if it's just a one night stand basically? That's what you think hooking up is, or can
Yes,
it be?
is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Because if you only met the girl, say you at a club, you're not gonna see her ever again.
So what about people who do have sex with people like they see it all again?
Then that's a whole different story.
So what
not
is that?
hooking up.
That's friends with benefits.
But what if they're like, oh, I hooked up with this person, or I plan on hooking up with that person,
I think
and it's
hooking
not
up
even
is-
at the club or a party?
Hooking up is a one-time thing. Okay.
Basically, like Tinder.
So people think that hooking up can mean make out and stuff. So do you think there's a miscommunication when it comes to that term?
I mean, if you're hooking up, you're going to make out and have intercourse.
What if you just make out or not have sex?
That's
Yeah.
not hooking up.
So you
That's
don't
playing
consider
around.
that
Just
hooking
making
up?
out.
Thank you.
Getting together, having sexual relations with another sex or partner.
So do you think it's just a one-time thing, or it could be multiple times?
It can be multiple times, like 2 or 3 times.
Do you think it's weird, or do you think it could cause problems how different people have different meanings of the term hooking up?
It can cause conflict because people may have different views of hooking up.
What
Such
type
as
of
it could be
conflict?
Hooking up could be one time, and to a different person it could be like 3, 4, 5 times.
And what type of conflicts do you think could come up with it?
They may think that the person wants a relationship just by hooking up.
What does hooking up mean to you?
Making out and stuff, I guess.
So you just think it's making out, not sex?
It could be. I think it's different for everyone.
Explain.
Like, some people might think it's sex or sexual things, but I think it could just be like making out with someone.
Do you think hooking up could just be hanging out with someone too?
That's
So-
not how I see it.
They have to be doing either something intimate like kissing or having sex.
Yes.
Do you think it's a problem how there could be a miscommunication on what the term hooking up means?
Like with the partners?
Like what, because usually when people say, oh, I hooked up with someone. So do you think that could be like a
Yeah.
problem? Why?
Well, I don't know if it's a problem, but I know for me, like, sometimes when people say I hooked up with someone, like, I'm confused as to what they mean by that.
Looking back at the video, I can see that everyone was nervous, but I felt like they were nervous because I was recording them, not because of the question I was asking. I feel as though this is a common topic that we talk about, personally, me and my friends. To me, hooking up could be having sex or making out with someone, it doesn't necessarily mean sex. I think it's a problem how people can just assume or spread rumors about people hooking up, and they could just be, oh, they had sex, but they could just have just made out, and that's how I think it's a problem.